I see a lot of people recording videos about loneliness and why is it that they don't have any friends, and you'll see those thumbnails on YouTube. I regret having friends. I don't have friends anymore. I only have 2 friends. And then you go, let me click on this video. I want to know what's going on with this lady or what's going on with this guy. But nobody will explain to you what is really going on. What is the reason they don't have any friends? Back in the day, I mean late 70s, early 80s, there's no way you would record a video. Well, back then you wouldn't record videos. That was very unusual. You would buy Betamax videos, VHS, cassettes. That was very unlikely, okay? Only people related to the TV stations, or in film, studies, you know. They would film videos, but not regular people. It was very unlikely, okay? People would take pictures, but not film videos, okay? The thing is that the reality is that people don't have any friends nowadays. I mean Japan, I mean Norway, I mean the UK, I mean Spain, Portugal, Italy, South Korea, China, everywhere. This is going on everywhere. But mostly in America, okay? Mostly in America. It's because we don't want any commitment. Having friends means that you have to follow up. You have to have sort of a schedule. Okay? When I say commitment, that means that at a certain point you will have to take a shower, get ready, go to the elevator, jump on your vehicle, and get together with someone else at a, let's say, a Starbucks cafe. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of discipline. And people don't want that. People are exhausted. People are tired. People are burned out. Everywhere. 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 It doesn't matter if you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a dentist, you're a plumber, whatever you are. You're exhausted and you're burned out. So you don't want any commitment. Having friends means that you have to be there. Show up to a funeral, show up to a wedding. How many of you are excited of flying to North Carolina to a wedding because you have been chosen as one of the bridesmaids? Not only you have to buy the ticket, or maybe you've been invited, but then you have to go to the tailor and get your dress ready. There's a lot of stuff going on. Maybe you want to lose some weight before the wedding. That's discipline. That's commitment. And people don't want to do that. You just want to go to your lazy chair, lay down and watch TV or watch a YouTube video and forget about the world. The world, they can do whatever they want. That's their business, not mine. That's the way people think nowadays. No commitment. I do not want any kind of commitment. That is the reason people are not having kids. Well, you have a child, make no mistake, that's going to be a lot of money. Then elementary school, then not to mention kindergarten, and then high school, and then college. That's a lot of work. So people choose, no, I don't want to have any kids. I don't want to get married. I'm gonna get a lawsuit, and then I have to pay alimony. I've got to pay this, that, and people say, no, I don't want that. Then if we get divorced, we have to divide the assets, and then you're gonna sue me. Then you're gonna sue me. I'm gonna sue you. And people say, no commitment. I don't want any kind of commitment. And why? Because they might be young, they might be 28, 29, 30. They saw that in their parents. They saw their parents fighting for property, a vehicle, a life insurance policy, whatever. They saw the fight at the wedding, they saw the fight at the funeral. So people come up with this resolution: I don't want to have any friends. And I'm not talking about a family, I'm talking about just regular friends. And people would say, oh yeah, I do have friends. Turns out those are your friends from kindergarten or from elementary school. That you kept them on a Facebook account, on a Facebook chat, but you don't see them anymore because that means commitment. So the minute you see your phone ringing and it's somebody that you know who that person is, but you don't really want to talk to that person, you don't want to go back to the early 80s and talk about when you were a kid. What for? It's gone forever. And then we choose, okay, what's my life about? What do I do with my life? I go to work, clock in, clock out, go to the parking lot, jump on my vehicle, go back home, grab a beer, and forget about the world. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I don't care about what's going on in Gaza or what's going on in Ukraine. That's their business, not mine. I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me. So we don't want any commitment. Not too long ago, I played tennis, okay? I had this tennis partner, okay? Tennis sparring, that we would play, let's say, 2 or 3 times a month, okay? He's a doctor. He's a big-time doctor. One of those that make $500,000 a year. One of those. Sometimes they, in an emergency, believe me, I'm not lying to you, okay? They would send a private jet, pick him up from an airport, and take him somewhere else. He would do the surgery and come back, and then the next day, a chopper is gonna show up, you know, at the airport, not at his backyard, but they're gonna pick him up, you know, send an Uber, picking up from his place, and take him. He lives in different cities. I mean, yeah, he got divorced just recently because his wife was exhausted, okay? His wife, yeah. He was my tennis sparring. We would play tennis at the Flamingo Park. There's some tennis courts, beautiful tennis courts, okay? And at some point I say, you know what? This is commitment. Wonderful man, wonderful friend, okay? Wonderful human being, wonderful person. Always thinking about you, always thinking, how are you doing, Miguel? How's everything, man? How's your wife? Wonderful. He was sure some stuff that was going on with his wife. Eventually they got divorced, okay? But at some point, he said, and I said, he said, and I said, it was a mutual agreement. Hey man, this is taking a toll, you know, we were getting together, we were doing some jogging prior to playing tennis on the beach, okay? That's the beach. We would run from the Continuum, that's the Continuum, all the way to, let's say, 22nd, 23rd, where W Hotel is located, and then we will walk to Flamingo Park. So it was a lot of fun, okay? But it was taking a toll on me, it was taking a toll on him. Wonderful friendship. And then after the tennis game, we would play some soccer with a different group of people at the Flamingo Park, at the soccer court, okay? His friends were my friends, but we had a different kind of friendship because we would play tennis together. But at some point, I got exhausted, he got exhausted, because it took commitment, a lot of commitment. So he said, Miguel, let's make a pause. And I say, yeah, you know what? His name is Jack. Jack, let's make a pause. We can play later on, but it's been like 6 months, 7 months, maybe 9 months that we haven't played tennis together. And I feel fine. I know he's fine. Well, he was dealing with some divorce issues, you know. That's me. That's Jack, my tennis pairing and a good friend of mine. But our friendship has disappeared. The last time that we talked on the phone, it was like 6, 7 months ago. And that's me, that's Jack, but that's you as well, because you have a story to tell to someone else. Miguel, it's not just you. That's my story. You stole my story from me. Because you've got a different story in Massachusetts, in Rhode Island, in Chicago, in LA, wherever you're located at. You've got a different story, but it's the same story. Commitment. We don't want to have any kind of commitment. And then there is another problem. This has gotten so bad that a lot of people, because they don't want to have any kind of commitment, they don't want to meet a girlfriend. Because, oh no, then I have to pick her up, I have to take her to this restaurant, to this and that. I don't want to do that. I'm exhausted. I'm just staying home, watching football. So then you get lonely, you don't get to meet anyone, and then you lose the purpose in your life. I'm a married man, so I wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, no flirting for me. I'm a married man, and my wife is dying. She's kind of bedridden, not bedridden, but pretty much bedridden. Okay. So, no commitment, no nothing. That's the reason people don't have any friends. They are proud of not having friends because that means no commitment. I do not owe you anything. I do not owe you an explanation. Whenever I wake up, I take a shower, eat my breakfast, go to work, I do not owe you an explanation. My life is none of your business. Your life is none of my business. So we're fine. We don't have to shake hands. And then that's America 2026. That's what we have. And what is the reason? MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. That's a digital photo album from the 50s, 60s. Back in the day, Elvis Presley, the Beatles. That's a digital photo album. So we don't have to get together. What for? I'll just watch a video and I'm fine. I know what you're doing right now. I don't need you. So what is it that we need? We need a doctor. We need an attorney. So eventually we will get together with people, in quotes. Well, that people, that's your attorney, your doctor. You've got a doctor's appointment. You have to show up. You can't say, that's a lot of commitment. No, you have to show up, okay? Otherwise you're going to die from cancer. You have to show up. So that's our relationships right now. We're forced to interact with people because we have to live in the community. This is the community. We don't have a choice. But in reality, in America, we don't want to talk to anybody anymore. Most people, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm just going to mention the last 10 to 15, 20 years. When I would say good morning, people would be happy to be greeted. And they would say good morning back to me. They were happy. Nowadays, if you say good morning to anyone, believe me, they're going to run for their lives. They don't want to see you. They don't want to talk to you. Good morning. Are you going to steal from me? Are you attacking me? Are you harassing me? Should I call my attorney? Don't talk to me. Are you going to rape me? That's what we got, man. Social media played a huge role in this interaction, okay? We're far away from each other. We don't want to talk to anybody. So what is the solution? Well, there's no solution. Churches are empty. People are not going to church. Well, after the pandemic, a lot of church lost their feligreses. I don't know how to say that word in English. Their followers. Commitment. We don't want to have any kind of commitment. And then politics. We don't want to have any kind of commitment with politics. Look at what you have in Congress. Wars. We're just gonna come back from everywhere, not even our military bases all over the world. We just want to bring them back home. Wars, we don't want to interfere. No more commitment. Well, that's America. Welcome to America now. That's America. That's America. You call the police is going to do whatever it takes to run away from you. You call the police, they want to make sure there's nothing going on. Okay. Well, now we can now file a police report. He's got the right to do this, she's got the right to do this, so we're fine. Stop calling the police. Don't call us. You see a police officer on the street of Miami Beach burning up the AC, thinking about the gym, they gotta be fit, thinking about the new motorcycle they're gonna buy, thinking about the new condo they're gonna buy. They don't care about the community. That's your business, man. That's America today. Firefighters, same stuff. Unless there is a fire going on, they're going to show up. Otherwise, killing time all day long. That's what we have. But when it comes to relationship, you don't have any friends because you don't want any commitment, man. If you happen to have 2 or 3 friends, and that's a lot, that's a multitude, you're lucky, man. Most people don't have any friends. The friends that I have is because I met them when I was a kid. I was a kid. They're still my friends. We still talk to each other. We still get in touch. Are they real friends that I get together to have a beer with? No. They live somewhere else. We just want to make sure our bank account is healthy. Our body, it's healthy. We just want to make sure we do not owe money to anyone. Debt free. Okay? We just want to make sure we've got a job. And we just want to make sure we can wake up the next day. God, that's up to you. If you happen to be a believer in whatever you believe, Allah, Buddha, Hashem, if you happen to be Jewish, or Adonai, Elohim, if you happen to be Christian, I'm fine with that. You've got your own commitments, okay? But even within the Christian Bible Belt people, they don't want any commitment with people. They don't want to meet anybody, man. That's your business, not mine. And look, John 15, 13, 14 verses and 15. Jesus said, there is nothing more valuable than give your life for your friends. Those are Jesus' words. Did I hear that? No. Why not? Because it is not convenient to me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to have any kind of commitment with anyone on planet Earth. It's 8.1 billion people on planet Earth. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. So I'll put my life in my pocket. I'm gonna put it away, and say goodbye to you. We don't need each other. This is Miguel, South Beach, Florida. God bless you.